welcome back to my channel. My name is Abiola Adefe. Remember, you can call me Abiola by Grace, Abby, or Abiola. Okay, so welcome to another episode of my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And my regulars, thanks for watching me again. It's a pleasure to have you guys come back to listen to me and to watch me again. So today is obviously conversation series, and I have a guest of me. I know you can see her name and you're going to see her face very soon. So it's my pleasure to introduce Abisola here. Welcome on board.
Yay!
So good to have you here, girl.
Same here. It's so good to see you after close to 3 years now.
I know. So glad to have you. And guys, Abisola is also a YouTuber. She's a new YouTuber. So she's going to introduce herself, introduce her channel, and be ready for premium content from her. I trust her. In fact,
thank you.
Questions we are treating today, I asked Abisola before I got married myself. So ready for premium content. So Abisola, over to you. Just introduce yourself and your channel as well.
Thank you. Hi everyone. My name is Abisola. You can call me Abby. Abby by design. That's just a joke.
I love that.
So yes, my name is Abisola, and like Abiola rightly said, I am someone who is interested and passionate about young people, especially young adults, especially the girls, and especially with getting it right in marriage and relationship, and building a whole woman. That's what God has put in my heart. And yes, I have a YouTube channel. I'm an amateur.
I'm gonna leave a link to our channel, by the way, so guys can
Abisola Olabisi, that's the name. And then you can always look for the topic Fabulously Feminine. I will definitely do all the details later. But yes, so thanks for having me here. It's such a great privilege to come on here. I usually watch, if Abiola puts anything on a link, I just click it and see what is on it, because I know that she has great content. And I have people who have actually watched your channel and say, this lady has great content. I'm like, yes, so that proud moment.
Yeah, and I'm going to leave a link to your channel below as well, so that people can just click on it, go there, subscribe, guys.
Thank you. Please subscribe. Help a small business grow.
You remember the day I actually posted yours on my WhatsApp, and then you said you thinking it was a new thing.
Yes. I said, wait till this is my channel. And then I went back, maybe it was something that I opened already. And then I went back and I said, this is my channel. What is going on? But thank you for the support.
It's always so good bonding with you, girl.
I know. Real women collaborate. Remember, real women collaborate. Yeah.
So to our topic today, and it's an interesting one. Like I said, I've asked you some of these questions way back in in our days. Yeah. So we are treating like realistic approach to identifying the man for you. So I'm gonna have the man session as well, where they will talk about the lady for them, right? So you're gonna just share some things from your own experience, and even things and to my listeners, some of these things we've read them in books. They've been taught, but I like people sharing their stories because we can connect. People will be able to connect with your experiences and the likes, and that's why I really love people who are willing to share their story and their experience. So Abisola here will just share a few things, and like I mentioned to her earlier, that this topic is actually a summary of certain questions, a few questions I got from, ladies in our age group as well. Wanting to know, okay, so how do I know? So how did you know? And the like. So I just really want you to share a few things on that. And so we can start with the first question that, how did you know your husband was the one for you? Like, how did you know he was the one for you? And how did you know that I really, complement your purpose? I know your husband is a purposeful man. We can see.
He's a purpose. Thank you.
It's definite, and I even love the fact that he's helping you to also, realize yourself more. I know you discovered yourself, but, it's helping you to amplify what you discovered. It's giving you out there.
Yeah.
So just
I will talk about all of that because it's a very interesting one. I like this story like this. When I saw the question, I said, let me go and sleep. So let's talk about this boy issue, because the center of every life, at the center of whatever achievements that we may think that we have or we want to aspire to be, if we don't get it right on relationship, on marriage, it's a no-no, because your emotional life, your emotional quotient, intelligence is the center of everything else. So how do you know that, this guy is the right one for you, or the girl? I mean, guy, let's talk about guys now, because, I'm trying to balance it, but we're focusing on the girls. It's to be deliberate about who you want to settle down with and what you want for yourself. It's about being deliberate. One cannot go into a marriage relationship with the maybes or the maybe nots. It has to be deliberate. And for me, for example, they say that, some people pray at 20, we know at 25, at 30, and all that about who to settle down with, but you are not too late, and there is no specific time as to, this is when to pray. However, it is best to pray years ahead. For me, for example, I started praying at the age of 15, and I didn't and I didn't even know, it wasn't like I was ready to settle down, but because I've seen too many dysfunctional relationships and marriages around me, and I didn't want my own to be one of those. The rate of divorce has not even gone this high as at the time that we're always praying about relationships and who to settle down with. So that was for me. But, it's not one size fit all. Like I said, anybody can pray at any time. But what is most important is that you're deliberate about who to settle down with. Don't go for a boy. They said marriage is not for boys. Marriage is for men. You have to see a sense of maturity in the person that you want to settle down with, first of all. And then you cannot necessarily, see if it's the right person for you if you don't truly know who you are. That is one thing. That should be, in fact, that's the number one thing that a girl should do for herself, or a lady should do for herself. Know yourself. Know yourself. And when I mean know yourself, what is your character, for instance? What are the things that you stand for as a lady? What are the things that you like? It comes down to knowing if you like chocolate. It comes down to knowing if you like cakes. It comes down to knowing if you like to, somebody to wake you up in the morning. How are you going to react? Maybe when your mom comes to knock on the door, for instance. That's part of knowing yourself. Before we talk about knowing, I'm happy that some people already even know their purpose. Because before you can say you're settling down with somebody, you must at least have an idea of where you are going before you say this person can join me on the bus. So those were the things that I looked at. At 15, when I was praying, it wasn't that I was really praying for boy. I was waiting. I was in the waiting period. I didn't pass WAEC the first time, so I was so unhappy. But then I had an understanding of, okay, let's pray, teens church and things like that. So I was always praying about academics and school and books. And then I was like, okay, let me pray about this aspect of my life. But God didn't necessarily tell me this is the person that you will marry. He told me more about myself. He told me who I was going to be. It was then I knew that, okay, I'm going to marry somebody who is in ministry. Even the image of that, what's your daydream like? They say, some people say I'm a daydreamer, but don't let that guy stay daydreaming and not putting his daydreams to work. So during the day when I'm, God will show you a picture of yourself if you really, really settle down to think. I'd always seen myself as somebody who is going to be like a pastor's wife. That was what I knew. So that guided even down to, I didn't want to do boyfriend because this heart thing is very fragile. I had many crushes when and they did not, when they don't return your love back, it breaks your heart. You feel sad. You be singing Celine Dion every night, my dream. I had those experiences, but I didn't want that to continue, So I said, if I'm going to go into a relationship at all, of course I had boyfriends on the way, but this is going to be that, okay, maybe this guy even has an idea of where he's going. It's not that he just likes a particular song and that's what makes us click and things like that. So every guy that came along the way, I would always ask them, are you going to be a pastor? At least that was what God told me. And that's what I was looking for. Yeah. And thank God that they were always honest. So I say, yes, I found myself dating pastors' kids, thinking that was where, the line, they're towing the line, But they said, are you going to be a pastor? This is saying, no, I don't have that thing for pastoring or anything like that. I said, okay, you can't be the one. And so even I used to analyze that, okay, if I was going to get into a relationship now, what is going to be this? I'm just 15. If I have a picture of getting married at 25 or 30, for instance, that's 15 years down the line. We will not get into, touching, feeling, and kissing and all that. So I said, okay, I will just keep praying for that person that I want to, be with and all that. So I saw so many of them that along the line, I'm getting somewhere with this story actually. I used to tell them, we used to talk about the Bible, and I will be the one telling them, have you done your morning devotion? Have you done your morning devotion? Did you? So I will even buy open heavens because I wouldn't, because of what I wanted, right?
You're trying to make him fit, make them fit into
yes.
I told you.
Thank you. So I will even buy morning devotion and open heavens and give this person that, okay, read it. And then I'll be calling, have you done your morning devotion today? So one day I just woke up one morning and I said, God, please, whoever you're going to give me, let him be the priest over my house. I don't want to have to be the one to, tell them, it's going to be frustrating with the little knowledge that I had. Okay, so that is very key. You want to have somebody who is a leader. That's something to look out for. This person, can he lead me? Can I follow? Don't marry somebody you cannot submit to. That's another thing. You can say it has to be, yeah.
That is
You can say it has to be all that, but we're saying, are you all that as well? Mm-hmm. Don't marry somebody you cannot submit to. If he's going to lead you, are you ready to follow his directions? Does he have a vision? Is he visionary? Can he, provide solutions that you can actually accept it? It's not that you're still questioning what he's saying. So those are very important things that and then what are your values? We've talked about the non-negotiables. I got to understand that, okay, these things that you cannot joke about, you cannot joke with family. We did one analysis about, what are your values when we were in school.
Yes, we did that.
So is family at the center of your life? Is this person the kind of person that is just me and my husband? Or you understand? Or me and my wife? You have to look at that. Are you somebody who likes somebody around you? Is it just somebody who just wants me and my wife? Individualistic approach. Those are things. Project management.
I tell you, you brought project management here. Okay.
So those are the things.
It's a project. It's life's project.
It is. It's a life's project. I tell you, girl. It's a life project, and you don't want to. That's the only project that you go in with the certificate already handed to you. So you don't want to go into it and then you start thinking and, do they align? Like we said, what's the picture of your future? That's a rhyme, but it's the truth. What do you see yourself doing? So you don't want to get into it and then the guy is not all that. You don't want confusions and I've given the example of my devotional life, morning devotion.
You're trying to make them fit.
And they didn't fit. Also, we have talked about the spiritual. Let's talk about the physical. Is this person all that? I'm going to tell a very funny story and because it changed my life. When I was a teenager, like I said, I was praying at 15. So one pastor now came to our teens church and that actually broke, helped my perspective. Many girls, if you ask them, they want to have tall, dark, and handsome, the TDH. Let's not talk about that one though, because so the TDH, they want them all that. It's a good thing to look out for. And this pastor just came to me. He said, how many of you want? Almost all the girls in the church raised up their hands. I want all that and handsome. I said, congratulations, you have just given me a perfect description of a security man. So, and then I just went back to, okay, if this is a perfect I hope I'm not digressing, No,
you're not. You're doing well.
So that, said you have to look beyond the physical approach. The physical, you have to look into the character of this person that you're going to settle down with. The character is key. What are those things? Apart from, some things are negotiable. You can actually just dress clothing. You can buy in clothes. You can buy in perfume. But if this person, how does he handle anger out there? Have you tested Have you tested this person to know how he reacts, how he handles situations? Is it that when the situation comes now, you say, sweet or honey or anything that you call a babe, this situation, and both of you start crying. Yeah. I'm actually trying to make this a joke, but it's the truth. You don't. Yes, you're saying something.
You're saying the honest truth, to be honest. You are.
How does he handle situations? Do you like this person? Can you see, do you like, if you're going to picture your younger child, like your children, do you like the image of this person in your children? Because your children cannot choose whom their father would be. The key responsibility of deciding the future and the role of a father and a priest in the life of your children is you.
That is awesome.
It's you. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want a situation where the father is not present. We need to cut down on absent fatherism, absent fatherhood in the lives of our children, in the lives of the future to come. Enough with baby mama, baby dada, and all those things. I'm just his baby mama. What is his role? Is it just giving him money? You understand? He's not present, because I've come to realize that with my toddler, if I tell him to do something, he's probably going to look at me and second guess what I'm saying, because I'm always around him. But once his dad comes and says, stand up, he will pick himself up and do it. And, I have to use more energy and strength to say it, but the presence of a man makes a difference in the life of a child. And that's why you must choose right. It's as I said, you have to be deliberate about choice. My baby girl, she likes her dad, like, before she even got to, both of them, they didn't even call mama. Is that how they call? And I'm happy with that, because she gravitates towards him more before she even realized that, okay, this is my son. It took him a while to, okay, this is my dad. But my girl, she knew him before I even introduced them. So these are the things that you must look at. The role of a man in the house. Can you picture this man and say, okay, I'm comfortable with him being the father of my children. I'm comfortable with him being a role model to my children. What kind of energy, what kind of knowledge, what kind of experience? Because, the home is the first institution for every child. Whatever your child is going to pick from the home, from outside, from the society, it will pick it first from the home. I started something with my child recently. I used to tell him, did you sleep well? And this morning, I saw him doing the same with his sister. He was saying that, did you sleep well?
Oh my,
did you sleep well? So that's the thing. The environment that a child grows up in influences. Many times when he's praying, he prays like his dad. Lord Jesus, Father, in the name of Jesus, because he sees his dad closing his eyes and praying passionately. So he knows that when you are praying, it must be heartfelt, at least for the little knowledge and understanding that he has. So these are the basic things that a girl should look at before saying I do. You have to really, really look into these things. Know yourself first before giving in to any man. Be whole in yourself. Don't put all the responsibility of the man building you up. And another thing that has really worked for me, or that has, you said something, and I really appreciate the fact that you've also seen it. My husband is the one right now. I used to be very up and about and things, but he's the one pushing, because I just got laid back, like, oh Lord. But one thing that he said before we started dating or cutting and deciding to get married was, he said, I will support your dreams. In the African setting that I come from, it's always been about the woman grooming herself to be, the wife, be the helpmate. Even though the Bible says submit one to another, the submission is supposed to be. So when he told me, my perspective of, okay, I'm going to be a pastor's wife. I'm just going to be, doing all. Yes, sir, anything you say. But when he told me that, I went back home to my mom. I said, hey, mommy, have you heard this one? This one said he wants to support my dreams. So I just laughed. My mother said, what? That is the person you should settle down with. Because when it comes to knowing yourself, you don't want to be I'm going to use, our occupation, for instance. You don't want to be maybe a banker, for instance, in an African setting that, they don't get home until 10 o'clock. And maybe that's where God wants you to be able to help with financial analysis and whatever your purpose is. But then this person that you want to settle down with wants you to come home on time. You don't want to be in that situation where there's conflict.
That's true.
Conflict. You know, those people that I said that they were going to be, they were not ready to be pastors. If I had still, they were told that canansom and everything detailed. If I had gone with one of them, you know, and I want to do something in line of ministry, there will be conflict in the home. I will not be happy because I am not fulfilling my purpose. Yeah. He's not going to be happy because, you know, probably that's not what the direction that he has to go.
Exactly. That's not
so. It's a deliberate decision that we all must take. It's a deliberate decision that we all must follow. So that was one of the reasons I said, I'm going with this guy. He said he will support my dreams. And today is fulfilling that purpose, that promise. He's doing it.
We can see it.
Thank you. He's doing it because he just made life easy for me. Right now, he's with the children. The baby girl is sleeping beside him because she likes to cuddle and all that. The other boy is sleeping. And then whatever I can do as well to help whenever he has a session, I do it because we both understand that this is what God wants us to do and all that. So, and then another thing is, for a girl, I hope are there questions before
There's one more question. But we'll
okay.
I see this is a fully, in fact, it's a fully packed session. I was just going to tell you that, please, are you going to release a book? Because this
we're getting there.
You will get there. In fact, you've got it there. Because this is a fully, if you see, there's so many things I'm trying to scream so that I will not miss. Because this is a fully packed session. You've dropped so many things. The home is the first institution for, you know, children. I've heard that several times, but it's ringing even deeper right now. You know, you said something about our children cannot choose their fathers. The same way they cannot choose their mothers. So it's a responsibility to, you know, be sure. You have the right to choose your husband with the help of God. So you cannot compromise on purpose.
At all.
It's a really packed session.
Thank you. And so if a person already understands, like, you know, one of the questions says that, okay, how can I know if this person matches my purpose? You have to go back to God. Who gave you that purpose in the first place? It's God, right? So he will be the one to, you know, that's why we said you must be willing to submit your Toldak and Ransom request before God. And as a matter of fact, if you're going to choose who to settle down with, and I'm saying God, not because God is going to say this person you must marry and that's it. If you get to a point in your life that maybe God is telling you this is a person to settle down with, and maybe you don't like some major character defects in that person, you can always bring it back to God. It's either you move because it won't force you.
Even if it's Toldak and Ransom, but you know it doesn't have a particular thing you're looking for, you can bring it.
Yes, you can always bring it back to God. And that's where you will have a sense of direction, whether it's to go ahead or to pray for that thing to be changed. There are some things that cannot be changed, though. We know we said there are some things that are non-negotiable.